Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. If you're not new here, welcome back. My name is Saskia, and in today's video we'll be talking about, well, it will be a short Q&A. That's what I'll be starting out with, and then we'll be talking about part 2 of my work and travel experience. So let's jump right into the video. Has been asking for part 2 along with other questions, so I'll be answering those questions, and I'll also be giving you just basically be telling you about my experience. So the first question, well, before I tell you the first question, these questions came from questions left in my comment section on my videos, or questions on Instagram. Well, it's not a lot, but a few, and questions that I'm asked on a daily basis. So let's jump right into the questions. The first question is, what is your birth month? So I was born in the month of December. I was born on the last day of December, so I would assume that I am a Capricorn. Yeah. The other one is, what is your favorite song? My favorite song, I have several favorite songs. I have several songs that I like, but I'll tell you two. Yeah. So there's this gospel song. I really enjoy listening gospel, by the way, and I enjoy old music. Yeah. So my favorite gospel is "It's So Amazing" by Hezekiah Walker, and my other favorite song is "Lovely Day." I don't remember who sings the song, and I also really like "Put Your Head on My Shoulder." I just enjoy the old time music because it just sound more relaxing and I just give you a vibe, so I enjoy those more. The other question is, what is my favorite movie? So my favorite movie of all time, and this has never changed, it's been my favorite movie for about probably about 10 years, or as long as the movie has been out, it has been my favorite movie. My favorite movie is The Notebook. I made mention of this in my last video. My favorite movie is The Notebook. It's about I don't know if I can tell you what it's about because the last time I got copyrighted. Anyways, but my favorite movie is The Notebook. Why? Because it's just the love scenes and the care, like everything about it is just really nice, and how they died together. I don't know, I just love the movie. That's my favorite movie. Another question is, how is school going for me? So I'm currently in my last year of school. School is fine, and online is fine as well. It's not as people learn differently, but because of COVID, we have to be going to school online. So that's what it is right now. It's fine. It's just for me to try to focus more, get better internet for sure, and just pass up my grades, pass up my courses, get the best grades ever, get a good GPA so that I can graduate from school, and hopefully with some class honors. I don't know, just school is alright. I don't know that. School is alright. The next question is, what do I need to get into CMU? So I'm gonna tell you what I had to get into CMU. I'm not sure if the qualifications changed or the requirements, but what I had to get into CMU, I have seven C6 subjects, and I know that they require you to have either maths or English or both, but if you don't have maths, you have to at least have accounts or something like that. But if you don't though, I think they'll conditionally accept you, but you have to do it within the same year. Yeah, I don't think CMU requires sixth form. If they do, it's like since recent, but when I was applying, they didn't require us to go to sixth form first in order for us to study at university. Okay, so the other questions are related to my work and travel experience, so I'll jump right into that. So I'm not sure where I left off in the last video, but I'll just give you a recap of how it was, what it was about, etc. So I think I told you guys, like, I think I already mentioned the requirements to go to the visa office, how to come along with the agency. Yeah, I think that's where I start. I don't remember if I told you guys like what to expect when you get here and stuff. Anyways, so when I went to the US on the J1 student work exchange program, I went up with an agency called Work Abroad Jamaica. Yeah, and they were inexpensive. It had a lot of requirements, but it worked out nicely. So just a recap for persons who didn't watch the first video, like they asked you to have your status letter, they asked for your transcript, your passport, of course you have to have your passport, the J1 visa from the embassy, your TRN. I don't think you needed an NIS. No, it's TRN, 2 passport size pictures, and of course payment, and for you to sign up some forms and so on to make sure you're insured by the sponsor that sponsors the agency. So yeah, that's what I think I needed in order to come up. So when I got there, before I got there, they told me where I was going to work and how much money I was going to be making per hour, and you can either you had the choice to choose if you wanted to accept that amount of money or if you wanted another job. But most people go for the higher paying jobs, even though the higher paying jobs, they aren't the most suitable ones for some people, but most people go for the higher paying jobs. So I went up and the job that was because I signed up late, so the job that was left was either lifeguarding or housekeeping, and I wanted to go, so I signed up to do housekeeping. Anyways, when I went up, I was working at Six Flags Great America, and they just put me in, well, let me give you the start from when I reach into the country and then go to Six Flags. So I had to, here in Jamaica, we had to get plane tickets, and the plane tickets, there was none from Kingston to take us to New Jersey, because I was in New Jersey. There was none from Kingston to take us to New Jersey, so I had to get something from Kingston to New York. Yeah, so the aim was to get something from Kingston to New York and then from New York to New Jersey. So what happened is my flight got delayed. My flight got delayed for days. When you like booking tickets with when you're booking your tickets, make sure that you choose the right airway or whatever they're called. I don't remember to book your tickets with, because some of them they like overcharge you and it's not worth it, or your flight it gets delayed a million times. So my flight got delayed, so we were supposed to leave on the Monday, but we ended up leaving the Wednesday because the flight got delayed. So that was a long time, so I was behind schedule for work and housing and etc. But it ended up working out. So when I landed in New York, I got a drive the same night. My flight, I think I landed in New York like 6 o'clock the evening, and I reached New Jersey probably like, if it wasn't 6 o'clock, it was 8 o'clock. But it took us about 2.5 hours to get to New Jersey from New York, and we were driving, so it was a long time. So when I got there, they gave me like pillows and stuff to use. They didn't even come and say welcome to Six Flags or whatever. Anyways, they just gave us a necessity. They told us the room that we were going to be in, who we're going to be in the room with, and I think you got to choose your roommate if you wanted to. But let me tell you, sometimes when they give you a roommate, stick with that person, because you never know if that's the person that you're supposed to be with. So they gave us a roommate, and they gave us the necessities like your pillow. They gave us sheets. They gave us in the kitchen. We got like plates, we got cups and pots to use. So you never really had to carry anything except like utensils like forks and spoons. That's all you really had to carry except for your food and stuff, the necessary things that you needed. This video might be a little long, but trust me, it's going to be interesting. So when we got there, they told us that we're going to be in pods, and the pods, they're like containers, and there were like 4 people in the pods. So it was like 2 rooms, a bathroom and a kitchen area. So everybody had a roommate, 2 rooms, 2 persons to a room, 2 beds, and we shared the kitchen and the bathroom for the housing. Yeah, that's what it was. And for when we started working, with like training started probably the other day, and we got paid for training at the day when they start working. Or if you did training from Monday and you did like 2 hours, you got paid for the 2 hours. If you did 5 hours, you got paid for the 5 hours. So that was what training began, like the day after you reach, because I was already late, so I didn't get any time to meet and greet and whatever because I was already late. So I started working same time, and I started training same time. So when I went over to training, when I finished training, they asked me like, what are you good at? Where do like, it's kind of asking you like where you want to work or what you want to work in. So they had available positions like lifeguard, culinary, yeah, I think it's culinary, and they had park service, and they had rides operator. So I chose to go into rides because it was something new for me, so I chose to go into rides. So when I went there, we did tests. We had to do some tests to see how well you had to learn to maneuver the ride and so on. So we had to do tests in order to do all of this and just got through it. So they gave us uniforms. We had to pay for like the bag and stuff, but they gave us uniforms, and like every day you were able to change the uniform that you wanted to use, but you had to carry your own shoes. But different from that, they gave us uniform. You had to carry a clear bag, so you had to also buy that along with your own shoes. They required us to buy like non-slip shoes because you're working in a park. Well, if I didn't mention before, I worked at a theme park, and if you're working at a theme park, you don't want to slip or slide, so we carried your own shoes. Within training, they told us the necessary things like what to expect, what not to expect, what to do, how to handle this and how to handle that. So it was kind of cool. They gave us a good run ahead start. I worked there for, I want to say 2 months, but then because I got there late, sorry, it was a little bit less than 2 months. It was really good. It was really good working there. But what affected me the most, I think, was the weather, because the weather changed like so often. It would be hot in the morning, like 95 degrees, 94 degrees, and then in the night it would be like 67 degrees. The weather really affected me, but I'm about to say like you would eventually get adjusted, but I didn't adjust. So there was a point, well, kind of still right now, where I had sun marks. I had my clothes printing on me. Even when I wasn't wearing the same clothes, you could tell that this is what I was wearing, or this is where this was, because the sun burned me right out. Anyways, you work there, and they gave us lunch. Well, not necessarily give us lunch, but we got half price on the lunches. And for Six Flags, it's like one company with different enterprises. So you had different companies within the theme park operating underneath Six Flags. So for the companies that were like co-partners, to say, with Six Flags, we got the food half price, and we got free drinks as employers. We got free drinks, so you could say that. It never cost a lot, so you could say that is free. I'm wondering what else to tell you guys. Yeah, it was good. It's basically just that it teaches us a lot. Well, I learned a lot. I learned how to operate rides. I learned about autism, autistic children. I learned about culture shock. I learned about culture diversity, how people are different. I saw racism on a different level, but we'll talk about that in the next video. It was just a lot to take in, but I went there and I did my best, and I'm super grateful that everything came out well. When we were leaving, well, before we came, when we came, sorry, we had to put forth a housing deposit, like to say $200, or this based on how much they have for housing deposit. So when you're leaving, they give you, but if the place is in good condition when you're leaving, they give you back your housing deposit in cash. It's based on how you pay. If you pay in cash, they give you back in cash. But if you pay in card, you get it back you get it back to your account. So you get back your housing deposit. You just pack up your things and you leave. Well, for us, maybe it's just my batch, but we didn't really get a go away party or anything like that. But my experience was good. I was happy that I was able to experience. I met new people. I met some awesome Jamaicans. I met some awesome Haitians. I met some awesome Puerto Ricans. The culture, like, I met a lot of different people, and that was the best part. It's a J1 culture exchange program, so it was really for meeting people and learning about people's different culture. So that's really what it was. I keep on saying but if there's anything else that you guys want to know, you can leave it in the comment section, and I'll try my best to answer as much as possible. This video is a bit long, but I really hope that you enjoy. Please leave a like and comment, and tell a friend to subscribe to my channel. Anyways, bye. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.